Ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do ya, punk? Are you feeling lucky?
So, what's the nickname?
What's my nickname?
You're Beef.
Yeah, beef.
You're calling you just Beef.
I think it has. No, it can't be JB because we got J Brew. That's J's, so it can't be. But Beef is good.
What am I known for?
Beef. You're just swole. You just got the pipes. You're the bicep boy. That was the other one.
Yeah,
beefy bicep boy.
Beef for short. Is that Mr. Beef or Sir Beef? No, it's plain beef. Just beef. It's just beef.
Oh, okay. So your name's Beef. No, it's just Beef.
It's just beef. Okay, Mr. Just Beef. It's just beef. All right.
Well, that is
Good start.
hell of an intro to the podcast for sure. Running that sequence every time.
Good start. All right. Today's July. We're recording on July 5th, right?
Yeah.
The 4th. This is the first episode of Feelin Lucky, presented by Hops News. How are you guys feeling? If you say lucky, I'll punch you.
Feeling good. The long weekend was enjoyable.
It's good.
Got some sun, got some burn, part ginger. Can't tell because of the hat, but
That's why
it
I
shows.
had actually.
Yeah, that's the primary reason.
Yeah. No, I'm feeling good, man. Much needed long weekend. Got some sun yesterday.
Do you guys both have off on Friday? Don't you have off tomorrow?
Yeah, I actually worked Friday,
Okay.
Which was a surprise. Like no one knew, and then our manager emailed us like Thursday afternoon. It was like, just so you guys know, you don't actually have off Friday.
Surprise.
So that ruined everybody's weekend.
Yeah, that sucks. I was the opposite way. I didn't find out until Wednesday that I had off on Friday. So I had no plans going into this weekend at all. Luckily, I had the open invite at Ryan Beef's girlfriend's house.
Just beef.
Just Beef.
I guess
Just
so.
Beef's girlfriend's house.
Yeah.
All right, so if you're watching this, you're probably wondering who we are, what we're doing. This is Feelin Lucky Podcast. So if you have not been, I'm lucky, first of all.
Hi, Lucky.
I'm lucky and I'm an alcoholic.
Here's your day one shit.
Day one's going well.
Mm-hmm.
No, so I'm lucky. I do happy hour every Tuesday and Thursday. We just switched last week from Tuesday to 1 hour on Tuesday, 1 hour on Thursday. Before it was just Thursdays. But yeah, Jay, the guy that brought me on, I've been writing for Hops News for about a year now. And then we switched over to doing the happy hours pretty recently, and that's mainly been what I'm doing. I still write a little bit when I can. But Jay was wanting all of us to kind of branch out and do our own thing, I guess. The four hosts, me, Mash, Hoppy Mommy, and J Brew. So yeah, I'm kind of the guinea pig, I guess. And this is the crew that I put together. We still don't know the nicknames. JJ and Beef, right?
Sure.
Could not have assembled a worse crew.
Yeah.
I mean, it couldn't be a word. I think I'm like the least interesting person out of the happy hour crew.
Well,
so the fact that I'm going first, it's kind of ridiculous, but whatever.
Even better is that you picked your co-host for people that don't know anything about beer.
Yeah.
I've drank a lot of it in college. It's blackmailed a time or two. I've maybe been victimized by it.
A lot of bush light, a lot of hams. but
Yeah, I could not
neither
tell
one of those
you
are craft.
anything about beer. So this will be a fun experience for all of us. I'm just a moron, and we'll just roll with that.
That's kind of what I wanted though. Like, I didn't want a moron. So let's not say that. But I kind of like that I am definitely the beer guy of the group, and you guys are into
Yeah, I like
craft
beer.
Like you like good beer. Like we've done
not-
brewery tours, we've
Right.
done like that kind of stuff. But you're not like as into it as I am, I guess. And I'm no way saying that I'm like a beer expert or anything, but I think that's going to be a part of the show. That's actually going to be our first segment. Stay tuned. But yeah, so I guess we'll start with JJ. What's your background? Why are you here? How do you know me?
Sure.
I guess.
So the group here is kind of small. We've known each other all through high school.
Way too long.
Yeah. The fact that we haven't ruined this by now is really astonishing.
We've come close a few times, but
What did we say yesterday? We said something about when we graduated. That's 7 years ago.
yep.
Isn't that disgusting?
You can just stop with the noise game right
We can
now.
edit that out.
7 years ago. Jesus Christ, that made me
That's-
feel so old. But anyway, keep going.
That's
Sorry,
tough. So yeah, we've known each other for a long time. Obviously, you've been doing this. You and I, big comedy fans. We enjoy
Definitely.
making people laugh. And so I guess when you got the call to action, you decided that
Absolutely.
we could add some comedy to it. So somehow Ryan
Yeah.
and I got the invite, and
And so for people watching this, that's kind of going to be, this is going to be much more comedy. We're going to try to make you guys laugh a little bit.
We're gonna try.
Yeah.
We're gonna try.
As opposed to if you want like real beer talk, go to Happy Hour. We're doing awesome stuff there, but Jay wanted to branch out a little bit, and I don't want to put words into his mouth. Jay Brew, not JJ.
that's
Brew.
going to be a tough distinguish.
Yeah.
Should have thought about that. But he wanted us to branch out a little bit and see if we could come up with something a little different. So that's what this is gonna be. I'm super excited about it. Beef. Tell me about you.
I am Beef.
Can you imagine walking into an AA meeting? Hi, I'm Beef.
Yeah.
I'm an alcoholic.
I feel like, that's not the guy that gets messed with. Yeah, if you introduce yourself as Beef,
I wouldn't mess with you.
You've probably seen some stuff.
You can tell us about your Marine background too. That's why we're calling you Beef. Perfect. We're gonna get a guy that we're not gonna
Nothing
mess
to do
with.
with
There's the segue.
That's what it is. All right, keep going. Sorry.
Yes, I was in the military, Marine Corps for 5 years. I'm currently in school, and now I'm talking about beer and whatnot. I'm feeling lucky. So I was recruited by.
Yeah. Beef is going to be on the ones and twos. He's going to be the producer. Another co-host, basically, but he's just going to make sure that we stay on track. So,
Who was brought into the show as of Thursday of this past week.
Yeah, I found out Thursday. That I
Do
was gonna
we-
be doing this.
After
do
many
we
drinks.
want to
Yeah.
get into what happened on Thursday? I don't know. You
know,
guys
a
said...
little- I still feel uneasy about it. So we went out, and Nick's like, "Hey, come, I want to talk about the show." So we went out, and we've had a few drinks. Nick is teetering on the point where he may or may not remember things. Somehow he got this girl's number, and it was our
Okay.
service number.
So that's the first time that's ever happened because I
Yeah, it
am
was
terrified
obvious.
of women. I'm terrified of women, but I don't think, from what I remember, I didn't get the server's number of your girlfriend.
My girlfriend actually wanted to talk to her and said, "Hey," it was pretty much like a pity conversation.
Come on,
Our friend over here thinks you're cute, but his social skills are subpar. So,
yeah. He's
so
a social misfit. He just
Yeah.
doesn't fit in with society.
if he just starts making weird noises, that's just what he does.
What kind of noise? I don't think I'd make noises. Anyway, that was Thursday night. But yeah, that's when I got Ryan on Beef. When I got Beef on board. That's when I got Beef on
I've
board.
been Beef for like
I'll tell you what, we're 8.5 minutes into the first podcast, so
Yeah.
maybe 9 minutes.
maybe not minutes have been Beef. We decided on this nickname right before we started recording this, and
It's good though. You
I,
got like the Drink Wisconsin bleed Beef.
I'm hoping it grows on me because
I kind of like it. It's a good nickname.
I don't think that's a good nickname.
What are you talking about?
But whatever.
How many beefs do you know? None. Exactly.
We're not in the Jersey Shore, that's why.
That's fair.
All right. So
Definitely unique.
yeah, that's us. That is gonna be. Nah, that's not gonna be what we're doing. We're not gonna talk about beef.
We're not talking about beef. No.
For the first 9 minutes of every episode.
And like a buzzer goes up at the 9-minute mark. All right,
we're done with beef now.
on to the pod.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna do a couple segments. We're gonna I'm hoping. So I guess I wanted to ask you guys the question, like, what do you want from this? What do you expect from it? What are you like looking forward to? I'll tell you. So right off the bat, I love what we've been doing with Happy Hour. I don't want to like blow Hops News too much and the Happy Hour too much, just because whatever. But we have raised to date, just on our happy hours, we've raised, I think, $1,230. We started just the end of April, and I love that we're doing that. All of the money's gone to charities, and that's like just our Hops News family that's been donating, and so like I really like that. Oh, the cat's going off in the background.
Yeah, the cat's going off. Yeah, we had to put the cat in a separate room because
He's about to rip the door off.
I was like,
He is not about it.
not
he's
please.
heard too much about beef.
Yeah. He wants to be out here with the boys talking about
beef.
Nick somehow getting some chick's number at the bar.
Anyway, I was like, why are you smiling? What? There's nothing funny about it. It's really cool. But seriously, it's really cool. I love what we've been doing. I kind of want... so we on Happy Hour raised $1,230. Jay has kind of... on his own, he's raised $35,000, upwards of $35,000 for his local breweries, local charities, the stuff that they support. And that's kind of, not to put words into his mouth, but that's kind of what he envisions all of like us. Like he wants us all to be like local. Obviously, I have said many times Milwaukee is the beer capital of the world.
I mean, people think of Milwaukee and they're just like, oh yeah, beer.
It's literally beef and beer.
You tip cows and you drink beer. That's it.
All right, don't give away all of our Friday.
Yeah, easy. But seriously, it is, and we have. I mean, within walking distance of us, I can name like 15, 20 breweries. So like, I would love craft breweries. I would love to be able to get involved with that. That's kind of where I want to see this going. I don't want it to just be local. Obviously, Hops News is we've reached internationally at this point. But that's kind of what I'm looking for. I'll go to you first, JJ. What are you wanting?
I'm looking forward to, like you said, spotlighting local breweries. Milwaukee has just so many, and it's going to be exciting to have them on, hear their stories. I love going to breweries, talking to the owners, meeting them.
And there have been talks already about us doing like on scene or on like
at the brewery.
At the breweries, there have been talks. We have some connections here.
If we can go to a different brewery every week and record there,
it would be absolutely insane.
Yeah, I mean, that would be
really
peak.
cool. That would be really cool.
So, I'll go to you. What are you looking forward to?
I'm just here with the boys, man.
Yeah.
Just here to...
That's also what this is. So, like, when Jay came to me, it's like, I asked these guys, and, like, this is what we do. The cat, man. This is what we do for free, like, all the time.
Yeah, this is just a regular Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
And we've been talking about doing something like this for a while.
1,000%.
We've been talking like we should turn our like conversations into some kind of like
I can't tell you how many times we've
media
said
content.
I wish this was being recorded
Right.
now. Like how many times does that come up?
Because we've had hilarious conversations and conversations we don't remember because they're highly
Exactly.
intoxicated, but
And now
in the time.
this will be on the internet for everyone to see. So
Yeah, so
I'm also really looking forward to interacting with our audience.
dude, that is like so that that's my favorite part right now of the Hoppy Hours. I think I seriously cannot tell you how grateful I am to the Hops News family. I'm looking directly at the camera. The Hops News family is awesome. That's been my favorite part of all of this. Like the support that we've gotten during Hoppy Hours. That's my favorite part. I'm always in the chat. I think I'm definitely the fourth chair, so like I don't say as much as the other co-hosts.
he's really banking on this Feelin Lucky podcast.
Make no mistake, he's the fourth chair here.
Right. For Chester, the cat has gotten more.
Yeah, the cat will be out at some point. You all will love him.
But seriously, like I'm glad you said that because that is something that I love, and we're hoping that this will be a live show, kind of similar to Hoppy Hour, because like all of the segments that we have, I want to be interactive. I want to hear your guys' opinions, and that's going to be where Producer Beef. It's where Producer Beef is going to come in. He's going to be in the chat, reading the comments and stuff like that.
Oh, I cannot wait for the Beef Patrol to be in the chat.
I gotta learn how to read.
We know how to drink in Wisconsin, but not read. So speaking of Wisconsin, yeah, and that's we're gonna go to our first segment. Beef, you wanna take it away?
Sure. All right. We have our beer of the week this week, which JJ is going to go get. It's the beef from Wisconsin. We like to kind of showcase a lot of Wisconsin beers, as we are right now. We're drinking New Glarus Spotted Cow, and thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
New Glarus is a huge brewery in Wisconsin.
One that I mean, it is a dream to have them on because they are seriously like, when you think of craft beer in Wisconsin, New Glarus is always.
It's always like the first one that comes.
I don't know who we got to blow to get them on, but let's make it happen, boys.
Hey, man, absolutely.
And this link isn't working.
That's good. All right.
Good job, producer B.
Already a great start.
Producer Beef. I love that. That's gonna stick now. I love
For sure. The whole title is PB.
All right. So anyway, Producer Beef works on getting up this link.
All right, I got it.
Okay.
All right, sorry about that. Little technical difficulties, but when people, especially natives of Wisconsin, think of craft beer, they always go to New Glarus Brewing Company. Out of New Glarus, Wisconsin. It's I don't know, probably about an hour and a half south of Madison. But
it's like right on the border, isn't it? Of Wisconsin and Illinois.
I think it's a little bit north of the border. Anyway,
close.
Regardless of where it's located, it's a staple for Wisconsin. It's really unique because it's only brewed, bottled, and sold in Wisconsin. You can't get Spotted Cow or any other New Glarus beer outside of the state. So we love it. We want to tell you guys about it because it is probably one of the best breweries I think we can agree on in Wisconsin.
I think so. Someone, I think it was Bottle Share. Shout out Bottle Share. Will be with them next Saturday at the release of the Beer's Beautiful. The collab that they're doing
With Mobcraft.
With Mobcraft, yeah, we'll be at Mobcraft. Chris is going to be in town. Might try to get him to do an episode with us, but he shared something that said like it's the best craft beer or craft brewery in every state, and New Glarus was Wisconsin's, and I could not agree more. I think when we do our in the Hops News family, we do a beer exchange, so join that, and you can get that'll probably be one of the only ways you can get New Glarus beer. Everybody asks for it just because like it is only brewed in Wisconsin, only sold in Wisconsin, and I love that about it.
It's so universally loved by Wisconsinites. We don't agree on much other than the Bears suck.
and Spotted Cow.
Spotted Cow is the best.
But yeah, absolutely. And it's unless you're from Wisconsin, you don't understand like how good New Glarus Brewing Company is.
I'm gonna cut you guys off again.
All right.
You off again. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Lucky.
All right, cutting him off.
Yeah.
No.
I'm like, geez, I only had one beer.
So this is a question that Jay always asks like guests that we have on, and I think it's an important question. What's the first beer that you ever had, and what's the first craft beer that you ever had? Do you guys know? I'm dropping this on you now. So my answer, the first beer I ever had was a Coors Light. I believe that's what my dad used to drink when I was younger. And so I forget at what age that's what I stole from him. But the first craft beer I had, this is why I'm asking you guys now, was Spotted Cow. And like after turning like 18, Spotted Cow to me doesn't even seem like it's a craft bear because in Wisconsin you get it everywhere.
Exactly.
You can get it literally everywhere. And that's why I don't want to say that every Wisconsinite gets introduced to craft beer through Spotted Cow, but that's just why I was asking. If you guys don't know, it's totally fine. I'm dropping it on you right now.
No idea what my first beer was. It was probably Miller Lite or some kind of domestic beer like
Definitely.
that. But I couldn't even tell you like the first beer I've ever had. It was so long ago. My first craft beer was probably my cousin used to brew his own beer.
Oh, really?
And I don't know if he does anymore. I haven't talked to him in a while. But yeah, he used to brew it at his condo. He lived down by Kenosha.
Yep.
And it was really good. I got pretty lit on it when I was like 17. So that was probably the first craft beer I've ever had.
Any idea, JJ?
Yeah, so my first beer, I believe, would be a PBR.
Yep. That was Jay Brew's first.
Oh, really?
Yep.
It's a good beer. I had it, hated it, took another like 5 years to actually appreciate how good it is. But my first craft beer, Moon Man.
From New Glarus. From New Glarus.
Yeah, so not the Spotted Cow staple, but Moon Man, also a pretty decent beer.
What do you think of Moon Man? Because I am on the record, I don't really like it.
It's not... Out of all the beers that they have, I guess I haven't tried the one that we're about to have. But out of the ones I have tried, it's definitely the bottom of like New Glarus.
Yep.
But not the worst thing I put in my mouth.
That's not saying.
All right. Anyway, so we are getting to our first segment, Beer of the Week.
Yes.
Introduce it to us.
Beer of the Week, we have Raspberry Tarts from Glarus Brewing Company out of New Glarus, Wisconsin. This is coming straight from the NewGlarusBrewing.com website. It says, treat yourself to a rare delight. The voluminous, I gotta learn how to read.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this
could be tough.
This seemed like a good idea when I
Stay
thought
tuned.
you could read.
Voluminous raspberry bouquet will greet you long before your lips touch your glass. Serve this Wisconsin framboise. Is that how you say that?
Sure, we'll go with it.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Serve this Wisconsin framboise very cold in a champagne flute. Then hold your glass to a light and enjoy the jewel-like sparkle of a very special ale. Oregon proudly shares their harvest of mouth-watering berries, which we ferment spontaneously in large oak vats. Then we employ Wisconsin-farmed wheat and year-old Hallertau hops. Hallertau? I think that's how you say that. Hallertau hops to round out this extravaganza of flavor, which we're popping the tops on now.
New Glarus is going to email us and be like, what the fuck did you just read?
Like, you never read anything else ever again.
Let's hope that they don't.
All right, we
watch
will
this
come
and
on
turn
if
them
you stop him from reading.
Never have them read one of our descriptions again.
I mean, that's what you get from a producer named Beef. You can't really expect much from that.
So, okay.
I almost had trouble pronouncing Oregon.
So a little bit, I'm just checking to make sure we're still recording. We are, for sure. I just wanted to make sure, because that would have been bad. But so a little bit of a story behind this that you guys probably don't know. Me and Brad was a co-host. Check out our happy hour. That was this Tuesday. He was a guest co-host, the first Patreon that we, not the first Patreon that we had on, but the first we had on as a host. He said this is his, like, one of his favorite beers ever.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
There's one of his friends, I'm like paraphrasing, one of his friends is from Wisconsin and they do beer tastings all the time. This is the bottle that he brings. He brings a bottle of Strawberry Rhubarb or Strawberry Tart or Raspberry Tart.
Raspberry
I'm
Tart.
saying strawberry. Hold on.
It's definitely strawberry.
It's strawberry.
It's strawberry. Why'd you put raspberry?
You said raspberry. Did I
You
say
put
raspberry?
on the sheet.
So on an
Alright.
unrelated note, how many episodes do we get to before we get canceled?
I think this is it.
This is episode 0 of 0. This
This is all the whole saga, folks. 25 minutes.
It says raspberry. We're
It says-
not even drinking the same beer. This is not the same beer. The link you gave me is for Raspberry Tart.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god.
We've had some big shit shows before, but this got to
You can't stage this level of stupidity, folks.
I can't breathe.
Now I gotta find this beer.
Also, on an unrelated note, we're looking for a new producer without the name Beef in it.
Oh my god.
So, if you think you're up for the task, just email Feelin Lucky.
Yeah, holy cow. That, I literally cannot breathe. I'm now
well.
sweating. That was
It's hot in here
so
already.
funny.
Well, so I'm gonna take a sip of. I'm not sure what. We'll see how it goes.
know,
All right?
Strawberry, let's show this to the people.
It's owned by New Glarus.
I honestly,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
strawberry.
I don't know if we should cut or we're just gonna keep going. Strawberry rhubarb.
So it's not Raspberry Tart, regardless of what our sheet says here.
Oh my god.
Let's try this again. New Glarus Strawberry Rhubarb. Teased from the loam with a kiss of the sun. Mom's strawberry rhubarb delights are the happy memories of childhood.
I can't breathe.
Diploma Master Brewer Dan employed juicy sweet strawberries to tame the barbaric wild tart fermentation of rhubarb. Escaped from the far corners of neighboring yards, local rhubarb was incorporated into the wild sour fermentation to create this drinkable dream. Bright sour and effervescent. I can't.
Okay, so
Stop using
New
big words,
Glarus
Glarus.
definitely gonna sue us for sure.
Defamation of awesome beer.
We really like your beer, we promise. I can't read, I'm sorry.
Can't read. I put on the rundown, I put New Glarus Raspberry Tart. I don't know why I thought I had that.
This is definitely not raspberry.
All right, so I'm gonna try to re-rail the train. That didn't come out right.
Yeah.
But we're gonna right the ship here. It is delightful.
It is
Okay,
very
good.
I'm loving it.
So here is how, if we, I just hit your elbow, sorry. I wish you would have like spilled that
Just
all over
everywhere.
yourself. That would have been great. So I want to do these ratings. We're, like I said, we are obviously in no way beer experts.
No,
or
reading experts.
Reading experts. We're
the master of nothing.
experts. We're just, but I want to do this rating on appearance, smell, and taste. That's like what I want us to rate
Okay.
the beer of the week on.
You say appearance or experience?
Appearance.
Okay. I gotta say, it's a good experience.
Definitely recommend the
I don't even
experience.
I never recommend this experience.
Okay, so we'll start with JJ. Appearance, smell, and taste. What do you think about it?
All right, appearance. I'm not a huge fan of the appearance.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. Just something about like just the redness of
It
the ale.
doesn't look like a beer.
And it doesn't look like something I would personally
right.
enjoy drinking.
I totally get that.
So are we doing this out of 5, you think?
Yeah. Untapped.
Okay, so untapped level. So I do it like, I'd probably give the appearance about a 2. The smell, I do like strawberries a lot.
Yep.
And it smells.
Exactly.
Aren't you allergic to strawberries?
Yeah, we don't need to discuss that. That's a side argument.
Okay.
You can still like them if you're
All right.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah,
Jesus,
Yeah.
beef.
We don't judge over here, right?
All right, my bad.
But so like the smell, it smells good.
It smells exactly like
Yeah,
strawberry.
you get that nice strawberry smell. So I'd give it a good like 4 on smell. And then the actual taste, let me just give it one more real quick. I like it a lot. I'd probably give it like another like maybe a 4.5 even.
Good. That's good. I mean,
You get a little foreplay
yeah.
of strawberry,
Yep.
but it's not overpowering.
Yep.
It's not
So that's like what, yeah, and the reason we're doing, I guess I should preface, the reason we're doing appearance, smell, and taste, that's all I ever rate my beer, or all I ever rate my beers on. I know there's so much more you can do, that's just me. So that's what I want us to do on this podcast. Beef. Could you...
Can you say it with a straight face, please?
Tell me what you think of not the raspberry tart.
I'm sure the raspberry tart's very good too. However, the beer that we actually are drinking right now is the strawberry rhubarb. Appearance, I'm not a huge fruity beer guy. I don't like sour beers. I'm not saying this is sour, but I don't like fruity beers. This obviously looks like a fruity beer. It's like a dark red.
It has rhubarb, strawberry on the label, so.
Well, it's got strawberry rhubarb.
Clearly, couldn't you read that?
Yeah, so it's of course going to look red. It's not a beer, like JJ said, that I would probably typically drink. So on appearance, I'd probably give it a 3, just because fruity beers automatically turn me off.
Okay.
But, I do like red, so I'll bump it up to a 3. Smell, definitely smells like strawberry. It kind of takes, I don't know, what does rhubarb smell like?
I could
I
not tell you.
honestly don't know that I've ever eaten rhubarb.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
like
I've ever.
Is that a pie? Strawberry rhubarb?
Yeah,
Pie?
rhubarb's really good, like when you bake it into stuff.
When you
like,
put it with other things.
if you eat just a stalk of rhubarb, I don't know how that would actually be.
No,
I feel like
I didn't know that rhubarb was a thing. I thought it was like a type of pie.
Okay,
Which that doesn't make any sense. Now that I'm saying that.
We're also not food connoisseurs.
but it smells good. It smells like strawberries. I'll give that a 4. Solid 4 on the smell. Again, it kind of turns me off because it's a beer, but as far as strawberry beer goes, it does smell pretty good. So I'll give it a 4. Taste-wise, is what we've all been waiting for. It's what matters with the beer, right? Drum roll, please. Taste, it tastes really good. I'm not, like I said, I'm not a fruity beer guy at all. I do like this one, and give it a score overall.
Yeah.
Out of 5.
Lay it on us.
I'm gonna give it a solid 4. Just a solid 4. I feel like that's pretty good. As far as fruity beer goes, it's probably one of my favorite ones. So,
Yep.
4 out of 5.
Okay.
What do you think?
So yeah, to me, appearance, I love the way that it looks. I love the way that fruity beer looks, just because like I like sweet beers. I also like ciders and stuff, and that, like, if I were to classify this, it tastes to me much more like a cider than a beer.
Yeah, I guess I could see that. Yeah.
Like if they served this at a cider bar
Yeah.
or a cider brewery, that like I wouldn't be surprised at all. That's exactly what it tastes like to me. So I like the appearance. I would say 4 on the appearance. Smell, I mean, I'm going based off the name. The name that I have is Raspberry Tart, but it's not. It's Strawberry Rhubarb. It smells exactly like strawberries, and I think personally, like, smell is not the most important thing when it comes to beer, but like
It's definitely up there.
it sets the palate, and like that's what you expect.
If it doesn't smell good, you're probably not going to want to drink it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So smell, I would give it a 4 or 5, and taste, if I'm going taste, like, as a beer, it's not the best beer that I've ever had, but if I'm going taste based off, which I think is important to do, like taste based off of the kind of beer that it is, I would say it's honestly like a 5. Like, it's so,
Overall?
it like not
Okay.
not overall taste wise, but like it's amazing. It's like, for what it is, it's really good. So I would say probably, I won't give it a 5. I'll give it a 4 or 5.
Okay.
I think that's what you guys gave it. But big fan. On Untapped, we checked before we got on. Untapped has it at a 4.2.
I could see it.
We have it at
see it.
4.33 average between the
Perfect.
3 of us. So
That's not
That
bad.
seems. I
it's a
mean,
little
that seems to
above
be on
Untapped,
par.
but I'm with it.
For people that know nothing about beer, that seems to...
We're also
seems to
very
be
biased
alright.
towards New Glarus, I feel.
Yeah.
like, so.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we are rolling again. We're back at it again, folks.
Welcome
Right.
back. We had some technical difficulties, sort of, but not really.
Yeah.
I guess on my end, I was trying to record the audio on my phone, and the audio from your camera is totally fine. So we're back. Gotta figure out where we left off.
So, gentlemen,
Producer beef.
Producer B.
right.
That's
So for
never
this
gonna
beer-
get old. That is honestly never gonna get old.
For this strawberry rhubarb New Glarus beer,
Not Raspberry Tart.
not raspberry tart, strawberry rhubarb. Would you buy it in a bar? Would you buy it for your fridge? And would you recommend it?
I think these are good questions, right?
Yeah,
To
they
me,
are.
So start with you again, JJ.
All right, I would get it at a bar.
Yep.
Okay.
It wouldn't be like a night out where we're going hard, but it'd be
Yep.
like if I'm hanging out with some friends, like want a beer, maybe 2, this would be in that lineup for me. I would not stock it in my fridge. I don't.
That's fair.
It's more of to me. It's more of a novelty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally get that.
And so, nope, not gonna keep it around.
Mm-hmm.
But I would recommend it if someone's looking for beer that's into more fruitier, like you said, almost like the cider side of
Yep.
things.
Gotcha. Beef.
So, would I buy in a bar? I wouldn't go to a bar and be like, "Oh, strawberry rhubarb."
You
beer."
wouldn't go to
Yeah.
a bar?
Well,
You wouldn't
yeah,
go to
let me
a bar.
finish. Let me finish. I wouldn't go to a bar and be like, "Oh, strawberry rhubarb beer. Yeah, I want that." If someone got it and was like, "Dude, you gotta try this beer," I would probably try it, and then I'd get one for myself because it's that good. But like I said, I don't typically get fruity beer. Would I buy it for my fridge? Probably not. That's one of those beers that you like. I don't know. You're going out drinking and you want to have a good craft beer. You know?
Yeah.
It's not something I would personally keep in my fridge all the time. But I would definitely recommend it to someone that likes fruity beer. Like I said, it's one of my favorite ones probably. and I think other people would really enjoy it as well.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we're all on the same page here, which is going to sound repetitive and whatever, but I for sure would buy it in a bar. I think it's a beer that like you have to be in the mood for.
Yeah.
But like there's definitely like a day like today where it's extremely hot out and like you're sweating just walking outside. It's a perfect beer for that kind of day.
Right. Summer beer.
So I would
Great
get,
summer beer.
yeah. I would not buy it for my fridge. I wouldn't have it in my fridge just all the time. Like on the other hand, Spotted Cow, the other one that we're drinking, that is something that's constantly in my fridge. I always there's never a time when I am not in the mood for a Spotted Cow. So that's kind of where that question comes in. And I think this is a good beer to have like once in a while. It's not something that you have a lot. And so would you recommend it? Again, exactly like what you guys said, I would recommend it to someone that's looking for, like a craft beer drinker, I think should try it because it's so unique.
Yeah.
I really have never had like a beer like it, honestly. So yeah, I think we're all kind of on the same page. I would recommend it to someone that's looking for something like that. But yeah, that's really it. Any other closing thoughts on the beer of the week?
It was good. I was pleasantly surprised by it.
Definitely.
Yeah, it definitely ranked higher than I thought it would.
For sure.
So, out of all the beers we've tasted for this podcast, this is number one.
It's number one. It's number one without a doubt.
1 for 1.
For beer of the week, because we did have, what's it called?
Oh, yeah, Spotted Cow. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
So it's top 2 then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So there you have it. We have it at 4.33 as our score. Definitely check it out. Definitely check out all new Glarus beer if you're in Wisconsin. Like we said, it's a Wisconsin staple, and you know a lot of people from Wisconsin will swear by new Glarus beer. So here we go to the next segment, and this is called Dear Lucky.
So tell us what Dear Lucky is, Lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was Jay's idea, and this was kind of what he suggested for my podcast or my show to be, and that's kind of like what spawned all of it. He wanted this segment, and I was totally on board with it. You guys know what Dear Abby is, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's newspapers. I've never read a newspaper in my life, but I know that Dear Abby's in it.
I know of it.
Yeah,
I've
so
never
it's just
actually
like
read
it's like just random questions that are sent in to this Abby.
I feel like it's normally relationship advice.
Yeah, and our
Well,
first.
stay tuned. We could have relationship advice too.
I don't recommend taking our advice.
That's.
No.
I want to preface this. This is supposed to be like funny or like ridiculous answers. You never ever want to take advice from me, unless it's like a beer recommendation.
Yeah.
And even
anything
then,
else-
tread with caution.
make sure that I'm talking about the right beer.
Yeah. We'll try to get there right next time. I think I'm gonna type up the next.
I
Yeah,
think
right.
we should
Yeah.
every week we should read a different beer than the one we're drinking.
Just completely different.
Yeah.
But then we should make the viewers like figure it out. Which one we're
Did
actually
you just read
talking
a
about.
coffee review? No.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Dear Lucky was Jay's idea, and I think it's going to be an awesome segment. We got some people to write in and just some random questions. They don't have to be like anything serious. They don't have to be anything whatever. Just keep it like lighthearted, and that's what we're going to try to do. So we have one this week. Beef,
Yes.
would you like to read?
Our only Dear Lucky entry this week. So here we go. Dear Lucky, I am a 29-year-old male that has been married for 4 years now. I recently got very into craft beer, and my wife is not about it. I'm sorry to hear that. I spend hundreds of dollars a month on beer now, and our fridge is constantly full, which also bugs her. I've tried to tell her that if she tries some of the beers, then she too will get into it, but she refuses to try any, and claims that she is not a beer person. Any advice?
Get a divorce.
That's what
Yeah,
I was saying. Of course. Yep.
You went wrong getting married at 25.
Yeah.
And then also, can we just talk about hundreds of dollars on beer a month? Like, if you're talking home beer, that's a
That's a lot of
that's some commitment right there for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So I appreciate that about you, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mean get a divorce. That was a joke.
That was insensitive, but
You'll end up getting a divorce, but
it's on the table,
not.
definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Make sure you take the beer with you, though.
Yeah.
What's the statistic? Isn't it 50% of marriages end in divorce?
I think it's
Something
lower
like
than
that?
that now, but
Oh, okay.
I'm sure.
Well,
Well,
if it's
100% of divorces start with marriage. So you got that going against you.
This poor guy.
Yikes.
And even if it's 50%, it's going to be him or his wife that wants the divorce, right?
Yeah. But that's
math.
Yeah, that logic stand in my book.
So, like, have you got, I guess, a broader question would be like, this cat is going crazy on me.
Yeah, while we were away with our technical difficulty, the cat was released from the other room, and so he is just loving the attention.
Anyway, okay. Sorry, getting distracted. Have you guys ever had anything like this where, like, maybe it's not beer, but like there's something that you like or your significant other likes that like the other person just won't get on board with?
That's a deep question.
It doesn't have to be like a deep answer. I just
I'm trying to
I think that's
think
like
now,
that's the bigger question.
Yeah, and man, I'm trying to think of a circumstance where I like swayed them to like kind of get into it or be more open to the idea.
So that would have been my
follow-up?
No. Like my example would have been back in the day. This was back in college. I was dating a girl, and I obviously, me and Jared do stand up in Milwaukee every now and then. And I was super into it. I still am. But like anytime a special or something would like come out on Netflix of someone that I really wanted to watch, like I would make it like a point to like, that's what I'm doing tonight. Like I have to do that, and she just didn't want to, or like didn't understand it.
Yeah.
So like eventually it just kind of got to the point like, I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah.
Like we don't have to like agree on everything. We don't have to like be involved all the time with each other. So I guess that's kind of.
I think
I don't know if that necessarily works in a relation or in a marriage, but I mean,
none of us here are married.
no, I don't know anything about being married for sure.
No,
No.
definitely not the one to ask for marriage advice. But I feel like that raises a good point though. You can't like sacrifice what who you are and what you like to do for the sake of your relationship.
I totally think.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I think
true.
like all like. You need to have your thing, like whatever your thing is.
Yeah.
And that goes both ways, like both partners, I guess.
If they choose not to get on board with it or choose not to, accept that hobby as well, that's fine. But, at least respect the person.
Hundreds of dollars is a lot of money. I'll say that. I don't know that I'd totally be in line with like hundreds of dollars.
Right.
Like it's different. Like I can spend that easily in a night at the bar.
Yeah.
But if you're talking beer, like I guess we should preface this: are you talking beers at home or just overall beers?
Yeah.
Because if you say hundreds of dollars over the course of a month total in beer, I get that, right?
Well,
you go to a
okay,
craft brewery, you get a flight or two, you spend $20 a flight. That can add up for sure.
But okay, so in the Dear Lucky it says, I spend hundreds of dollars a month on beer now, and our fridge is constantly full. So it kind of implies that
it's
stock
beer
the
for home.
fridge.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's a little.
I would definitely say spend more money and invest in a separate beer fridge.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
move. That will
definitely
solve your issue.
I do not. Shout out Mash, one of the other co-hosts on Happy Hour. He just got his beer fridge. I have not done that yet, but I'm single and live alone and can have just tons of beer in my fridge.
And you do.
I do.
It's just tons of beer
I
and
do.
like eggs and chorizo sausage. And that's it.
Well,
So
chorizo sausage. But yeah, that's basically it.
For some reason. I didn't even know you cooked, dude. I honestly.
I don't. It's just
So
there
it's a
for
sausage
show.
in a can.
I just
It's
thought
just there for
Postmates
show.
and DoorDash were just a staple of your diet.
No, man. So, I guess the other question would be like, how do you get her into beer?
I think that's a really good question because if someone says they're not a beer person, then I assume just all beer, even light beer overall, they just don't like.
Which is,
and the question is like, I guess, what did everyone do to get into beer? And maybe give this guy some ideas. So for me, it was just pure like force and sheer of will that I wanted to be into beer,
Right.
and I hated it. And I bought like a 20 pack or 24 pack of High Life.
Yeah.
And I kept it in our buddy's fridge. And every time I go over there, I grab one out and I just force myself to drink it until I start liking beer.
It's definitely an acquired taste.
Yeah.
I think so too. And I would say, like, as far as craft breweries go, I would, if you're not a beer person or whatever, that's fine. But you can go into like almost any craft brewery, and I guess I'm just talking like from Milwaukee.
Usually, you can find something you like. Or guitar.
Almost always can. There's something like for everybody.
Yeah.
Speaking of beer, she would probably like.
This
Glarus sponsor
this
us.
could not have been. It's almost like this was planned or something. But this is a beer that I think a non-beer person would like. And like, if she's just like hard-headed or whatever and doesn't want to try any of it, then that's a separate issue, I guess. But I think you could go and do your research before you go to a brewery and like this, like get her a flight of something that like this is stuff that you might enjoy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just try it. Like,
Just try
like,
it. I mean, like, it's so cool to support.
What's the worst thing that happens? You know, you end up liking it, you don't like it, you know. Yeah, if you don't like it, you never have to have it again. It's fine.
And as far as like, I think there's so much more to like a brewery experience than like,
there is. Yeah, take
just
really
like-
a good. If you find a local brewery that has a fun tour, that can be life changing as well.
That could be good. Yeah.
We have Lakefront.
That's the number one rated in Wisconsin.
And their tour is top notch, hilarious. It's a great way to spend an afternoon.
Definitely.
And so if you can get her excited about things like that, I think that could be a game changer.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing would be like beer gardens, like take her to like a beer garden, like something. There's like here we're talking local again, but there's one, the South Shore Beer Garden, like that's like on the lake. It's absolutely gorgeous. Take her to that. Get some decent food and some good beer. Like,
It's tough to be miserable getting drunk at the lakefront. I'm
that's
sure
what
they're out there.
like, it's absolutely gorgeous.
I've never seen a sad person
No.
be drunk at a lakefront before.
It'd be tough. I mean, then if she is, then she's probably not the one, and you'll get divorced anyway. So it's good. We're helping you, telling you to get divorced.
It all goes back to divorce. But anyway, all right. This leads us to our next section, our last segment of the show. It's called Bargumens. Lucky, do you want to?
I'm very excited for this one because when we have talked about starting our own like podcast or whatever, we were talking about this way before Hops News approached me and wanted me to do something on their platform. We were thinking about starting something like similar to this because we like for fun. We just sit in bars.
We just have these conversations by ourselves
drunk
and just
and, like,
drag each other for
we argue about like just ridiculous like hypotheticals like
Yeah.
MFK, if you know what like Marry Fuck Kill is, stuff
Yeah.
like that, like just ridiculous conversations, and I think that's how we're gonna end every show once like we get a little bit of booze in us.
Yeah.
And things will start
It's
to
always
fly.
better with a little bit of booze.
Yeah. So that's gonna be our final segment. So take it away, Beef.
All right, here we go with the Bargumens. Ladies
So
and gentlemen.
pause.
All right.
We are back to live.
All
One
right.
more time. Not live. We're not live.
Well,
Not
back
live
to
yet.
back to recording.
Back to recording.
Anyways,
Take 17.
producer Beef, take us away.
All right, gentlemen.
Producer Beef. God, that's never gonna not be funny.
Yeah. Well.
For some of
Fair,
us.
to each their own, I guess. All right. What is one stat you would want to know about your life? If there's any statistic at all.
Such a good question.
That's a
Because you
good
could go
question.
about it like so many different ways.
I would still like a tragic stat that I would like showing at my funeral.
Yep.
Adult beverages drank over lifetime.
See, I was thinking along those guidelines too, or along those that same school of thought. One thing that I would like to know about my life is how much money I spent on alcohol.
Oh my!
I would
God.
kind of be concerned, but I'm kind of also very
No.
curious.
That
I
would
don't
be
even want to
good.
know that like monthly. I don't
Oh,
want to know
God.
that stat.
That would be
I
That's
see it
a-
monthly every time I look at my credit card statement. I'm just really disappointed.
Let's just lightly
and then I just buy more booze anyway, so it's like whatever. I get the cash rewards though. So
That's a really good one.
it's the only way to justify it.
That's a really good one. I don't know. You have anything? You said
another one I think would be really interesting is like So I'll preface this by saying I'm a guy that's terrible at flirting with girls. Just literally the worst. It's amazing that I ever got laid in my life to begin with. But I think like it would be hilarious to see like the amount of missed opportunities I've had over my lifetime. So like, it's gotta be like at least triple digits, right?
You mean like, do you mean missed opportunities like girls that you could have?
Yeah, like girls that were like interested that like I just like am so bad at reading a room that like
I am totally the same way. Like I cannot tell when someone like I can't comprehend anyone wanting to like sleep with me in general.
Yeah, it's a weird phenomenon.
But yeah, that's a good one. I think like a really like lame one, if you want to keep it like PG, not lame, but like miles driven throughout your entire life. That just like that's uncomprehendable. Like when you can like say like you've driven around the world so many times.
Oh.
Think about something like that.
I guess, yeah. If you linked it together, you could probably get around like...
It would be crazy.
Time wasted on like social media, I think would be a good one too.
That's another one that like I get
the screen reports every Sunday on your iPhone.
I hate that so like, much. I got to
always down 4%.
I never open it because I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
It's literally... it says like how much you do a day, and it's like literally your entire day. My entire day that I like the entire time that I'm awake is spent looking at my phone.
You guys also work from home too, so I feel like it's easier just to be like, I got nothing going on.
So screen time.
Let's see what's going on Facebook.
Well, so the worst part about working from home is the way that my computer has to connect to like the server of my job is like anytime I open an application, it has to sit there and load, and the loading takes like 45 seconds to a minute. Every single time, like, I'll just throw up Facebook real quick. Right. And then next thing you know, I'm 9 scrolls deep and like 5 videos, and I'm just like, here we go again.
Yeah. That's that's such a good question. And this is we've talked about doing this as a live show. This is something like I would want to read the comments of like all of like the different
like people's ideas
because you can go so many different ways with it.
So okay, can I expand a little bit?
Yeah.
Yes. Please.
If you're to make a trading card of yourself, what's the 3 life stats that you're displaying?
Oh my god, I think so. Like, are you saying like these are your highlights? These are like your best stats?
You can interpret it however you want. What's on your rookie card, man? Mine's got to be first stat 5'8" because it's disappointing.
Just get it out there. Just get it out there so everybody
make
knows.
sure we're on the same page of just how disappointing that height is.
5'8".
I think having my ethnicity would be good, just because no one ever thinks that I'm Mexican. They don't believe me. So like getting that out there right away. I guess like to weed out like racists or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
that sounded better in my head, but like that would be something that I would want on display all the time.
I don't know, top 3. I'm definitely doing the money spent on alcohol, because I will never be proud of that, but I think it's probably...
It's not rookie numbers, I assure you.
It's definitely not rookie numbers.
I think that would like make you like, someone would see that and like think that you're rich.
No, I'm just a degenerate.
I'm not rich. I have no money. That's all I spend money on.
Have you seen my apartment?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm living paycheck to paycheck here. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
That would be a good one.
Also, for your trading card, it's got to be your photo ID on your driver's license, where you got the long flow.
It's like
for
literally
a while when you had your hair still short. We'd go to the bars and people would be like,
"Really?
Yeah, they'd be like, this is not you." It's like, it definitely is. I mean, didn't you have to fill out like your student ID a couple times?
Multiple times. They ask for like multiple forms every time I go to a bar.
Birth certificate,
the whole line. Yeah.
Just don't believe you. It's a good one. That's a good question, and that's like if people actually watch this and like want to comment their ideas, that would be awesome. I'd love to read through them and talk about it again sometime. But
definitely.
Now this is
all right. So this is gonna be our last
big
one. This is we've had this conversation plenty of times.
This is how we're gonna end the show, and I'm just gonna say like, if you've enjoyed us thus far and want to stop watching,
that's totally fine.
It's totally fine. This is going to be a ridiculous argument.
This is going to be a hell of a left turn.
It'll give you a a little bit of insight into like our relationship and what we do.
We really have no
Constantly.
filter, especially between the three of us, and we will discuss literally anything. And this, it just goes to show.
Just be
so
prepared.
this is going to be a Would You Rather. Gentlemen, for probably the 100th time, would you rather be raped by a dolphin or attacked by a shark?
Even
One
though
more
I know
time.
the
Say it one more
question.
time.
All
One
right,
more time.
One more time for the audience. Just because they're probably in disbelief right now. Like, I'm pretty sure they didn't
Imagine
say
like
that.
all of the jaws just hitting
Yeah,
the
just
floor.
hitting the floor.
right
I think
now.
I just heard them all. All right.
That was just the sound of our shitty apartment.
Yeah. Could be our roof again. We'll see. All right. Again, would you rather be raped by a dolphin or attacked by a shark? So you're swimming out in the ocean, and one of these things have to happen to you. What are you taking in the heat of the moment?
Do you guys remember how this conversation even started? Because this was like
Yes, I was sitting in class one day.
Yeah, I
and
know.
I was trying so hard not to bust out laughing, and
This-
I just eventually had to leave.
At
because
one
I was
point,
about
I
to
think we
cry.
were texting in all caps at one another. It was not great.
This was a heated argument.
screaming.
Yeah, this is a heated argument.
So since then, we have all locked in and cemented our answers.
yes.
1,000%.
I personally would rather be attacked by a shark.
Team shark attack.
All right,
All
but you
day.
lose a limb. So if you get attacked by a
That,
shark, you
yeah.
lose a limb.
We should add that to the thing right away. So like,
Yes.
you survive both of them.
You survive both of them, but if you pick shark attack, you lose a limb.
You lose a limb.
It's a random limb
It's a
too.
random
You can't
limb.
pick.
It's not deadly. It's not lethal. So it's
You're totally fine. You get to live the rest of your life just
Yeah.
without a limb.
it's like without a foot or leg or arm or something, or hand. Yeah,
These people watching this,
They're like-
expecting like.
yeah they're like,
I came here for beer.
I know, right?
Let's start talking about dolphins raping people.
They can't even get the right beer, and now they're fucking talking about
We should just cut. All right. And you are team.
I like my limbs, so I'm gonna pick raped by a dolphin.
Okay.
So what we learned here, folks, Marines very submissive.
Look, man, I just want to be able to walk. Okay, I just want to be able to use all
Okay.
my
So this
extremities.
this has been my argument from the beginning. You can walk, and like limbs like that, you get prosthetic limbs nowadays are so advanced that like if I lost a leg, not a whole lot changes.
That's because you don't do anything.
No matter what, Lucky, you will be a lazy piece of shit.
You're gonna be even lazier.
So
You just
that's
wanna-
fine.
You'd be like, oh, I don't have a leg. I don't have to fucking do anything.
No, definitely Uber Eats everything.
yeah,
There's
it's
gonna be
like,
no
well,
sausage in that fridge.
Yeah, I can't cook. I
can't cook, I don't have a leg.
I can't.
It's easy for Lucky to say that because he doesn't do shit anyway. But for those of us that are active throughout the day, I like to have my legs. I like to have my arms. You know?
But like, so even if you are active, does a leg really change all of that much if you lose a leg? Just say it's a leg.
I've never tried to run with a prosthetic leg, but I'm sure it's not fun. I'm sure it's probably not as good as running with
Okay.
both legs.
That's fair, but it's also I guarantee you better than running with a sore ass from being fucked by that dolphin.
But you're only sore for like, I don't know.
The rest of your life.
No,
Have you
dude,
seen a dolphin
You
dick?
should look up if you.
They are. Go on the
right,
producer beef. Look up the dolphin beef.
I feel like we can't be showing dolphin dicks.
Can we?
We can't
We
show
can't
them.
show
We
them.
can't
I've
show them.
definitely looked it up
But
before.
I
don't
recommend
know which
I
one
recommend
it was.
incognito mode.
Yeah.
And the FBI guy watching your search history will be concerned,
Yeah.
but it's worth it. It
Just
is.
look it up.
It
It's
is not great.
alarming. It literally. You said you're 5'8".
Are you comparing this to my height?
I imagine it just going straight through. Like,
Yeah, you're probably just getting paled.
just skewered. Just based on the pictures I've seen, it just comes and it's like out your mouth. I don't know where else would it go? That's terrible. And, like, you want to live through that?
I'm gonna say just the
Also,
tip.
this is
okay, Can
happening-
we say just the tip?
No, then I'm keeping all my limbs.
No. Because so if we're saying you lose a limb,
Yeah.
then we're saying the dolphin finishes.
you get
the
the whole
dolphin
thing.
finishes, and so
Alright.
how many times have you been able to like when it's just the tip? You know what I'm saying?
I'm just
You
saying.
follow?
I'm still
Okay.
gonna take the
I'm
dolphin
trying to
route,
keep
though.
it a little not gross.
I can. I'd rather be able to have all my limbs personally, but that's fine.
Okay, so what about the argument? Me and Jared, JJ,
We'll get that done eventually.
Made this.
Nicknames need some work.
We made this argument before. I think like I could be the best at something. I don't know what, but I could be the best at something with one limb.
Oh, for sure. So
Like, I don't know what it would be, but it would be. I have a better chance at being the best at something with one limb gone than like the best as like a full-bodied human.
Oh, for sure. So, like, for golf, I'm a big Lyman Kugel's Summer Shandy fan on the golf course.
Yep.
Sponsor me. But they will not sponsor a 19 handicap, which is bullshit. By the way, that's over 9.
Yeah, right. That's 9 holes.
But I guarantee that if I lost a limb from a shark attack and golfed double the handicap over 9,
Give me an
they
argument.
would sponsor me.
Give you an argument.
So you would rather golf with a fake leg?
For sure. My drive's not going straight anyways,
I know.
but
The whole premise is to be able to golf with fucking
That's
fake
not
leg?
the whole premise.
Just
That's
be the
just
best one-legged fucking golfer?
that would be it. That would be great.
you will catch me on the PGA.
I have no drive to be the best legless fucking golfer or
Not
basketball
legless,
player.
you only have one leg gone. You have a leg.
You got one.
All right. Well, the best whatever with only one leg. I
I
have no drive to do that.
could not disagree more. I also oh Jesus Christ, this cat. I also am a big believer in like this story. Like you walk into a bar and you have one leg, and like say you try to hit on a girl or something. That's
Okay.
immediately a topic of conversation.
And the moment she finds out that you survived a shark attack, like you fuck there on the bar top.
On literally layer down.
Bartender removes everything, sanitizes it for you.
And who's
Sounds
gonna
like a pity
say
fuck.
no? Because
Sounds like a pity fuck.
more
Yeah, I was
fucks
gonna
than I
say,
get. That's like what?
Again, Nick, you don't set the bar too high, so you're really banking on this.
bringing this
losing
back
the
to
leg.
me getting a number on Thursday.
Yeah.
It's just pity.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Obviously I'm not above it.
For those of us that don't really need to bank on losing a limb, I feel like getting raped by
It just
dolphins
makes
is
everything.
rough.
I think it almost makes life.
Walk
easy.
into a bar and tell a girl you got raped by a dolphin, and you're
I would never tell anyone that.
Exactly,
But I'd have
but
both
like-
legs, so I wouldn't need to do that.
No,
You know?
when they like
You go to therapy for a couple times, you're fine.
you go to therapy for the rest of your life.
Well, I get the
For
VA,
sure.
so I'm fine. I get to go to therapy for
Oh, crap.
free. So,
Well, this is another one that I would love to have a comment section on because we have literally I've asked every person that I know this question,
yes.
other than maybe like
And, some of us
Family
don't talk to us
members that
anymore,
would
but
be
that's fine.
it's beside the point.
So anyways, we're the only friends he has. That's why.
I've asked
And this is
both
why.
of these guys multiple times.
So, yes, we'd love to hear from you guys. If you're team dolphin rape or team shark attack.
Jesus, what a
And why?
ridiculous. This
So,
is the first episode.
Are you ready to get canceled after episode 0?
I don't
Yeah.
even think this gets aired. So
This does
it's-
not get aired. This is gonna go. This is gonna get thrown into a recycling bin on a computer somewhere. But
Whatever, man. It's been fun.
it was fun.
I really appreciate Hops News at least giving us the opportunity.
Yes, thank you. If I still had beers, we still had beer, we'd give them a cheers. But
Yeah, we're out.
thank you, Hops News, for giving us this opportunity. We really appreciate it.
It's a lot of fun. And
Hope you guys have as much fun watching this as we had recording it. And I don't know. Do you guys got anything else?
I don't know. Sign off. Give your social media accounts if you want people to follow you. Or
I gotta set up some good ones.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Well, I haven't used social media in forever,
Yeah.
and so everything that I have is super out of date. So we gotta work on that. So
Yeah.
we'll
So
get that
if we're
going.
playing-
Episode 1, we'll have social media
So
up
if
and
we're
running.
gonna,
If this gets greenlit,
if we
Yeah.
get greenlit, so if we're gonna plug stuff, I'll plug the Patreon movement. If you want any of the beers that we're talking about, so this is what happened with the Raspberry Tart. I have both of them in my fridge.
Mm-hmm.
That's. I just thought I'd grab Raspberry Tart. I guess.
Okay.
So I put the wrong thing down. That's totally on me. But if you want any
try to
of
square
those
that
beers,
away.
if you want any of those beers, please join our Patreon movement. It costs $5 to join at the lowest level, and that gets you in our private Facebook group, the Hops News family, which tons of stuff is happening right now. Jay just announced an awesome collaboration that we're doing sometime in the spring. So you have to be a part of the family to be able to get those, get access to that and be a part of that. But then we do beer exchanges all the time. I do beer exchanges like every day, it seems like. And I just get tons of beer from all over the country. You can ask anybody in the family, and most of them are willing to exchange beer. You can try stuff that I've tried stuff that I never would have thought that I would have had before. So if I'm plugging anything, I would plug the Patreon movement. Hops News family, join us. And honestly, I think that's it.
Where can they go to do that?
Just look up. I'll put a link. I'm gonna blog this. I don't know where it's going, as long as they allow me to put it out on the Hop News website.
Which they might.
If they might.
Which they might.
We've gone through a lot of red and yellow tape.
Yeah.
So if it does come out, I'll blog it. You can follow me. It'll hopefully be put on our website, and I'll put links to all of it. I'll put links to the Patreon movement to join, and everything else. So I'm also going to put the real links to the beer that we drank, not the Raspberry Tart. But yeah, I mean, just this is a lot of fun. I really hope we can keep doing it. I would love to go live.
Baby steps.
Baby steps, though. Let's just not get canceled.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to make it to episode 1.
Yeah.
But then after that, like I said at the start of this, I'm really excited to be able to interact with you guys.
Oh my God.
See your opinions, because
these Bargumens, I
think that and Dear Lucky are going to be 2 of our biggest segments, because it gives us the chance to interact with you guys, have some fun, and get some really good laughs out of it.
Absolutely.
For sure.
So, other than that, I think we're going to sign off. Do we have any beer left? I think I have some in this.
Yeah, I've got a little bit left. Producer Beef, you got anything left?
Cheers, boys.
Cheers to you guys.
Here's
Thank you so much for watching.
Here's Feelin Lucky. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for tuning in.
We'll see you next time.
And
that's it.
Exit credits. Roll them.
This has been a Hops News production. You can find Hops News on all your favorite podcasts and social media platforms at Hops News. Cheers.